Kamari Holland's mother reported her missing from a Columbus residence. The child's body found late last night inside this abandoned home on 15th Avenue in Phoenix City.
Evil comes out of the mouth and the hearts of men. And so what was done came out of the heart of someone who allowed the devil to use.
What's the worst kind of betrayal that you can think of? Someone cheating on you? Your best friend telling your secret? Your parents lying to you? How about your mom selling you to be violated? Insane, right? But that's what happened in this case. Let's get into it. Kamari Holland was born in Columbus, Georgia on November 23, 2016, to her mom, Christy Sipple, and her dad, Corey Holland. Everyone who knew her described her as a genuinely loving kid with the biggest heart that a little girl could ever have, and was always happy and smiling. Her dad had affectionately called her his little princess, and Kamari identified herself as just that, a princess. In her dad's words, Kamari was so intelligent and full of love. When this tragic incident happened, Kamari was living in Phoenix City, Alabama, with her dad and little brother, but would go to visit her mom in Columbus over the weekend. She had also started preschool at Just for Kids, where she enjoyed learning and socializing with other kids her age. On the early morning of December 13, 2021, Kamari's mother, Christy, called 911 to report that her 5-year-old daughter was missing. She said that she slept around midnight and woke up to find Kamari gone and the front door open. A desperate search to find the little girl was immediately launched, and police soon identified a potential suspect, 47-year-old Jeremy Williams. Investigators learned that Jeremy used to live in a house directly across the state border in Alabama, which was now abandoned. Sadly, when the authorities went to check the house, they found the lifeless body of little Kamari. An autopsy report showed that the little girl had died from asphyxiation, and there were signs that she had been violated. That same night, the police were able to track Jeremy's location and found him at a motel in Phoenix, where he was staying with his uncle. The workers at the motel told authorities that the two had been there 30 minutes before the police arrived.
It has been a tragic 24 hours in the Chattahoochee Valley. A 5-year-old girl is dead, and a Columbus man in custody accused of killing her. News 3 has been following the story since early Monday morning when Kamari Holland's mother reported her missing from a Columbus residence. The child's body found late last night inside this abandoned home on 15th Avenue in Phoenix City. She was pronounced dead around 11 last night. The house is abandoned, but Russell County Sheriff Heath Taylor confirms this man, Jeremy Tremaine Williams, previously lived in the residence. Williams was taken into custody last night at the Bamboo Motel on Opelika Road.
Investigators believe that Jeremy kidnapped Kamari from her bed and took her to the house on 15th Avenue, where he did unspeakable things before killing her. According to investigators, Jeremy had even recorded himself doing some despicable things to her body after she was dead. Jeremy was arrested and charged with kidnapping, capital murder, abuse of a corpse, and producing explicit material involving minors. Jeremy was actually not a new name to the police, as he had a long list of charges dating back to 2005 that involved abuse of children. In one of the incidents in 2005, Jeremy, who was living in the North Pole, Alabama, was suspected of being involved in the death of his 1-month-old daughter, Nadia Williams, who had died under suspicious circumstances. At the time, the baby's death had been ruled as blunt force trauma, but the police could not find enough evidence to charge and convict him. However, with him being arrested in Kamari's case, police in Alabama announced that they were going to reopen the investigation into the death of little Nadia. Jeremy was charged with aggravated abuse after being accused of, get this, lowering a 3-year-old boy into a pot of boiling water. He pleaded not guilty and argued that the boy had poured the water on himself. And since there wasn't enough evidence to prove otherwise, he was acquitted by a jury in 2012. Then, on August 1st, 2021, he was arrested in Muskogee County on various charges including battery, family violence, and cruelty to children after he allegedly slapped his wife in front of a minor. He pleaded not guilty and was released on bond.
Williams was charged with aggravated child abuse in a 2009 case involving a 3-year-old boy in Russell County. He was accused of immersing the lower half of the boy's body into a pot of boiling water. Williams' defense was the boy pulled the water on top of himself. A jury acquitted Williams in 2012. Williams was arrested August 1st of this year at his Columbus home, charged with 2 misdemeanors: simple battery, family violence, and cruelty to children, 3rd degree. A police report states that Williams slapped his wife in the face and it was witnessed by a minor child. Williams was in state court just last week and entered a not guilty plea. His wife did not ask for a stay-away order.
The news of K. Marie's death shook the entire community, with many people coming in to offer their condolences and support to the family. K. Marie's dad, Corey, said in an interview that he'll never get over the pain of losing his little girl.
Mari meant the world to me. Like, I would never be the same from this day on, but with all my family and friends, I guess they'll keep me strong, but Kamari is everything to me.
He said that the thing he'll remember most about K. Marie was how she would wake him up in the morning with her beautiful smile.
I will never forget you, Princess. I will forever to keep you relevant in this life.
K. Marie's mom, Christy, who also seemed devastated by the loss of her daughter, said, "She was just the sweetest girl in the world. You could not harm that little girl because she was so innocent. She was so smart, she was perfect." During the WTVM annual toy drive, Christy showed up with a box full of K. Marie's toys, saying that she wanted to donate them in honor of her daughter.
Okay. I'm Kamari Holland's mommy, and she wouldn't want nothing in the world but to donate her toys to another little child that was in need because she was a very healthy child.
Oh, she looked like such a sweet little girl.
She was a very sweet child. She was beautiful. Sweet soul. Thank you. And this is, I seen this and I touched my heart, so I stopped. That's what she was, mommy. Let's help that mommy. She's like that. She's like that. She we were at the gas station one time and we seen a family out there and one of the little girls didn't have shoes on and she said, "Mommy, we can help them, mommy, because I have so many pair of shoes at home, mommy. Let's give them my shoes, mommy."
Now, after Jeremy's arrest, police tried to figure out how he was able to get inside K. Marie's mother's home and kidnap the little girl without being detected. And why K. Marie? It just did not make any sense that a stranger could break into a random house and walk away without anyone noticing anything. Rumors soon started going around that maybe K. Marie's mother, Christy, knew more than she was telling and could have actually been involved in what happened to her daughter. Christy had a history of substance abuse, and it was revealed that she was already facing charges of chemical endangerment of a child in a 2018 case in which prosecutors alleged she exposed her unborn baby to a certain smoke while pregnant. This led her to lose custody of her 2 kids, K. Marie and her younger brother, and was not even allowed to see the kids without supervision. On the day that K. Marie disappeared, Christy had only been with K. Marie for less than 24 hours. In a tearful interview with WTMV, Christy denied having anything to do with her daughter's death, saying that her daughter was her life.
How are you coping?
I'm coping. I'm making it. The media's making me look like I'm some evil person, but I'm not. I'm a mommy, and I did not have nothing to do with this. She was my life. I lived for her daily. She was my only girl. I had 3 boys in her.
Was she your youngest?
She was no, I have 1 more under her. I have my son under her. And it's hard. It's hard. I don't know if I'm coming or I'm going, but I'm doing it for her.
She complained that she had been left out of her daughter's funeral arrangements by K. Marie's dad and said she had no one on her side.
Ain't nobody on my side. They didn't even tell me about the balloon release today. They haven't even mentioned her funeral or nothing.
So will you get to decide that, or?
I don't think so. I think that's all Dad had custody of her.
Okay.
But you know what? I have my peace with her, and she's here in my heart, and that's all that matters.
She said that she wanted her daughter to be remembered as the sweet and loving child that she was, and not in the awful way that she died. She went on to describe her daughter's killer as disturbed and sick in the head. However, a few weeks after this interview, investigators came out with this totally shocking revelation.
We believe that the mother and the offender did have a relationship, not from a dating perspective, but did know each other.
And it gets worse. Apparently, this woman not only knew her daughter's killer, but she had actually sold her little girl to him. What kind of mother does that? I know there are some evil people in the world, but that is just on another level. According to the sheriff's department, Christy actually trafficked her own daughter to Jeremy for him to do with her whatever he wanted.
We begin with breaking news in the investigation into the brutal murder of 5-year-old Kamari Holland. The mother of the slain 5-year-old has been charged in connection with her daughter's death. This according to Russell County Jail intake records. Jail records show Christy Sipple, who also goes by Christy Hoskins, was arrested today and charged with felony murder in the death of Kamari Holland.
Christy was arrested on December 28th and charged with felony, murder, and human trafficking. The arrest warrant for the trafficking charge reportedly states that Christy did agree with another person to pay for her having sexual intercourse and with her minor daughter. The amount that she received in exchange for her daughter has not yet been disclosed because a judge has since issued a gag order to allow the two a fair trial. Following Christy's arrest, Kay Marie's father released a statement saying, "The amount of pain Christy has caused by ripping Kay Marie out of our lives will never cease. We are glad to see she has been arrested. We are one step closer to justice for Kay Marie. It is our hope that justice is served. Christy should receive whatever the maximum penalty is that she can get. She's a monster. A real mother protects and would die for her children. Christy is a monster." Both Christy and Jeremy pleaded not guilty to their charges and were ordered to be held without bond as they await their trials. Jeremy's trial is currently set to begin in September 2022, and if convicted, he could face the death penalty.
Evil has entered our community. Evil has affected our family. Evil comes out of the mouth and the hearts of men. It comes from us. And so what was done came out of the heart of someone who allowed the devil to use it.
What do you think about this case? Let me know your thoughts down in the comment section, and if you liked this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe.